Today we're going to go around the thrift store. I'm going to show you what I picked up, why I picked it up, and if something was a bust but I looked it up, what my strategy is to make sure that I still find value in the things that I am looking at in the thrift stores. I was at the Goodwill in part of this. I do go to a couple different thrift stores in this video, but I love looking at the games and puzzles and things like that. And I try to find things either that I know are going to be good sellers or maybe something that's new and sealed or something that I am like, what is this? This looks really interesting, and go from there. So word teasers, oh, that's for us, for my family, because we like to do stuff like that. Craft kits can do really well. I ended up passing up this painted rock painting kit. It was sealed. They wanted $5 for it. So I was like, I think not. So I left that one behind. This was another one I got for us because we like playing little brain games like this where you have to build things and match things. So sometimes you're thrifting for yourself and sometimes you're thrifting for selling. And sometimes you can thrift for yourself and then sell it, which is a double bonus. The next thing I see is this froggy ball. I like picking up things that are new and, well, was new and sealed till I opened it. And this is put out by Discovery Toys. Turns out this one isn't worth a lot, but when I looked it up, I decided to go ahead and look at other Discovery toy things and see what those are selling for. So my strategy, which I'm going to say immediately I'm grateful for in this video, is that when I find something, say this Discovery Toys Froggy Ball, it wasn't worth a lot. It wasn't really worth me buying, so I didn't pick it up. But once I've already got the eBay app open and I'm looking up Discovery Toys Froggy Ball, what I do is I take off Froggy Ball and I look up just Discovery Toys and I look at sold to see what's been selling, what from that brand sells really well for a lot of money. And so when I did that, I saw that this Discovery Toys marble run, this marble work set, sells for really good money and it's a really steady seller. So about $50 for this. And the reason that I'm so grateful I do this, I kid you not, the very next day I went to a garage sale and I found it there. It's something that I maybe would not have picked up because I feel like I see marble runs, you know, all over the place, but this particular one happens to sell for $50. So I picked it up at a garage sale. I believe it was a buck or two for the box. And it was like the universe was going, speaking to me. I was so excited about this. All right, let's move on. Let's see what else we see here. I like looking at these craft. This is actually a vintage craft kit. It might have been worth looking up. I remember having these as a kid, but no, I ended up putting that one back. Let's see, little painting sets. I mean, these all would have been good for me to scan, especially if they were new and sealed. But for some reason, I didn't do that this day. I don't know if I was in a hurry, but do you spy what I spy? Here we go. Color forms. This is Snoopy and Belle color forms, new and sealed. So I'm very excited about this one. Now, color forms can do really well. Some of them do better than others. For example, this one, it hasn't got, I didn't see any sold on this one. But look at the ones that are up for sale. There are 5 up for sale. 4 of them are pre-owned, all around that $15 to $20, $25 mark. And then there's one that's new and sealed that's up for $336, which might seem crazy until you see what some of the other color forms sets can sell for. It's crazy. So here you can see this Snoopy, Peanuts Charlie Brown one, selling for around $100. There were multiple ones. This is one I grabbed. So that one took a best offer for, it was $99 it was listed for. I saw a bunch of these Castle Dracula ones that had sold for right around that $175 to $200 for this color forms, I'm telling you. The Amazing Spider-Man, $225, that's a sold. And then Beatles, $227. There were also like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There were so many different ones. So that $330 something, $336 that person has theirs listed at might seem cuckoo. But if you look at the solds from some of the others, and there are none sold that are brand new, that isn't such a wild idea if they're wanting something that's new in the package. So I haven't listed mine yet. It's in my inventory stuff that needs to be listed. But after seeing this, I'm probably, I might list it for around $100 because here the Peanuts one with all the gang sold for around $100. Well, best offer taken was listed for that much. So I'll probably list mine for right around $100 as well. As we go along, if you see something that I should have picked up that you think I missed, please let me know. I I do enjoy puzzles, but man, I will not buy a puzzle that's already open because I would have to put it together, see if it was working and or not working, but it had all the pieces, and I just didn't have it in me. This was new and sealed. I looked it up. I don't know this Lele girl, that girl Lele. I don't know if she's on Nickelodeon or something like this. This wasn't going for a whole lot. There were a couple of other things from her line that did sell for, about $30. So it was worth looking at. Gotta love Pete the cat. Whiz Kids, little questions. Let's see what else we have here. What is this Kong? Oh, it's already open, but that Kong puzzle might have been nice. I saw a King Kong puzzle at a garage sale today, but they went way too much. Oh, Maui. I love Moana. It's my favorite. So Maui, I've got a soft spot, but his hand was broken. I would have gotten him for me. I ended up getting this little calculator, but it was a bust. I just thought, oh, this is so cute. It looks like this vintage style. It wasn't vintage. Little robot calculator working. I think I paid $2 for it, and it just really isn't worth picking up. But, you win some, you lose some. I just thought the vintage style of it and little robot was cute. I guess everybody has a phone nowadays, so nobody needs to carry a calculator. Exactly. We've got, some wordplay games. Passed on those. What else have we got in here? These sharks. Now, I'm trying to remember if I got these. I feel like I did because I know when my kids were little, finding stuff with the sharks or whatever animal or thing they were into, I was all over that. So, my kids, both of them went through phases where they were like into sharks and marine animals, and I think they still are. But definitely something, if you've got a kid that is into, dinosaurs or fire trucks or what have you, it's worth picking up stuff like that, especially if they're unusual animals. For a while there, one of my kids was into sawfish, which I struggled finding things that were sawfish related. And arapaima, still with the arapaima. This one I also looked up, but there's so much Paw Patrol stuff that it just, the market is flooded with Paw Patrol big time. And I don't know why I didn't look up this winger either. This was one of those from the how do you ride your dragon? How do you tame your dragon? Star Wars 2. Yeah. You have these days where you just scan through things. Now this I did pick up, and I'm glad I did. I paid $4 for it. The new season of Stranger Things is about to come out, so I'm kind of glad for that. The solds were, right around the $15, $20 mark, but there were quite a few up that were maybe, $20, $30, $35 that were up on eBay right now. So I have a feeling, just like with my Doctor Who Lego, that it's going to start selling because the new season came out. Let's see what else we've got here. Sometimes these white things can look nondescript or very exciting, but if you get the right brand of it, it does not even matter. In a little bit, I'm going to show you some Crate and Barrel dishes. When I was doing the research, oh my gosh, so many different white sets of Crate and Barrel dishes were selling for such good money. So take a moment and flip those things over and see what brand you're looking at. So there's a Starbucks. They want 3 something on that mug. They are dreaming. It's not happening. And these are Elite. So no. I have slowly been learning a little bit more about dishes and glassware. It just takes a minute to start learning, and all you have to do is flip it over, figure out what the brand is, and look it up, and slowly you'll start building that repertoire of knowledge, right? Of things that you should pick up or are good buys. That one I'm leaving behind as well. What have we here? I am looking to see, I see a really cool little coffee pot down the way. I realized I didn't even look at that, but it's very interesting shaped. Sometimes when you're watching back some of these videos, I personally, I always see things like, oh man, I can't believe I left that behind. This is where I get kind of buried. I see the etched glass. I don't know how to identify some of the brands if they're not marked. So that is another area where I have got to get better. So if you have any tips for me, I would love to hear it. We can help each other. So I see some of these and I'm like, okay, it looks cool, but how do I really know which glassware? And I know some people do amazingly well. If I just go off of what I think is going to do well, who knows? It's a shot in the dark just because I think it's cool. But I'm sitting here looking at some glasses that I picked up for that very reason. What do you see? Do you see anything? Leave me a comment if you see something that looks, I start just getting melt away into the glassware. All right, so this is a Disney mug that has all of these Disney villains on it. They did want $2.99, ouch, on this mug. I do end up buying it because I saw one that sold for about $20 plus shipping, and I couldn't find any others. But like I said, when I am checking things out like this, I always look to see, well, what else is selling with the villains on it that is selling for a really hot price, so that if I see it, I'll know to pick it up. And this is one of them. It's a Disney Store villains collection, and they have these little claw foot things. So if you see these, they sell individually, and then this one sold as a set for $175. Then there was this, it's called Murdoch's, which I found out is a store, I think. It looks like one of the Starbucks mugs, but it's not. And I looked it up, and it actually is also selling for a fair profit. It was $4, which again, come on with the $4 on the mugs. But let's see what we can make from this Murdoch's mug. So, you know, $14.99 plus shipping, so I might still be able to make $10. I really liked these plastic fish glasses. I couldn't find anything like them. They were $1.29 a piece, but I did find some other glasses that were, you know, sea themed, like this one that have the starfish, sea star, and little shells and things like that. And then another set that had coral. I actually saw two of this set that sold for $40. So I was pretty happy to see those there. And I don't know what I'm gonna, they're still sitting over here. I don't know what I'm gonna list it at yet. And then I have the Starbucks mug. This Madrid mug is selling for a really big amount. This one sold for $65 from Japan. And I don't know, I'm probably going to list mine for about the same, around $65. So I'll pay, how much was that mug? It was, going back, it was $5, but I'll spend $5 to make, you know, good $60, $50, $60 any day for sure. The other one maybe wasn't such a great pickup. Oh, Aladdin. Oh, it's a cool mug, big chips, but yeah, gotta put that back. Usually those three-dimensional mugs like that do pretty well, but because of the damage on it, I just didn't want to chance it. I've got too much to list already, so pass. Just a red Starbucks mug. You know, honestly, at this point, yeah, and it's got chips as well. I mean, Starbucks mugs are hit or miss. They're worth looking up because some are totally worth the money, but some are just not. And if they already have damage, then pass. All right, so this is a Winstead's cup. They wanted $2. It's one of these diner style mugs, really thick ceramic. And initially when I looked it up, there were two, but when I looked back again, I only saw one that sold. So about $20 on that one, which is a pretty good sale, I think, for that. I liked that mug, but I didn't see any marks or brands or anything like that on it, so it goes back as well. Let's see, do you see anything else that I should pick up here? The kitty cat mug is cute, but I feel like I see a lot of those. Oh, looks like I was gonna fall off the cart there for a second. This was another one, Hudson Middleton. I feel like I looked it up and there were other mugs from this brand that did well, but this one was one that really wasn't that great, so I did not end up getting this one. Her button popped off because she ate too much or something at tea. Oh well, it happens, girl. No shame, no shame. $4 for that one. I do look it up, but I don't end up getting it. And what else? It's just the prices on the mugs have gotten way too expensive at the thrift store. Well, this thrift store, this Goodwill. But if I still find them at garage sales for cheap, then shoot, I'll get them. I thought the graphic on this one was pretty cute, but yeah, I didn't get it as either. I liked the colors. I liked the graphic. $3. So what I like to do is I just fill her up. I fill the cart up and then I go look things up, because I've made the mistake way too many times where I put it back, look it up, come back, and it's gone. So now I just put it in the cart and look it up in a little bit. Like go find a corner to just sit down and look things up. The Alcatraz mug was kind of cool too, but again, $2, and it's, you know, a travel mug. You never know. I'm a tourist. Hey. And in any other place, I would say, you know, I like selling Zodiac mugs. And for some reason, I just didn't get that one. I think it was like $4 though. I liked this mug though. Look how cute. It looks like one of those that stacks up. All right, here we are in the kitchenware section. I have found Le Creuset at this one, at this particular Goodwill. So, and then Wilton pans are so hit or miss, but it's such a good idea to know which ones to pick up. Oh yeah, and this one. This is a Emile Henry. It's kind of in that same line like with Le Creuset. It's very expensive. So here's like a new Emile Henry tagine, if I'm saying that right, that sold. And there were a number of these that sold. And I was looking for some pre-owned stuff from this brand. And here were some, I guess they're oil bottles, sold for almost $80. The thing about the dish that I had, it had a little, well, quite a bit of damage. And I just really didn't want to get it for that. I couldn't find one like it that had sold. So I was just like, I'll pass. So Wilton pans, that's like a slate thing. What would you like, cook a fish on it or something? I'm not even sure. That felt like melamine or something. That glass is sitting very precariously. Wouldn't you say? Maybe I should have fixed it. I didn't notice it until just now. But some of the pans, I like that one. That one's pretty cool. You know, it's worth looking up from time to time. Nordic ware, there are some that sell really well. Some of the Wilton. Now this is $10 for this set, which is pretty cool. It's in, what's it called? International. Oh, I'm going to pull it up. Hang on. This one is called International Decorator. That's what it is. So this one was kind of similar, about $25 on that. This one was similar, about $30, but it's not sold. It was $10, but I ended up taking a chance on it. So I did get that because I thought, you know what? I'm going to get it because if I can make if I can make $20 off of $10, then I'll do it. It hurts though. I'm thinking, and this is before garage sale season started. Ask me again during garage sale season if I would spend $10. Probably not. I was desperate. No, not desperate, but just, isn't this fun? It's like is it for bread or tea kettle? I know sometimes there's like the tea cozy things. I feel like that one's for bread though. But I put that chicken back. That is another trivet, and I think this one was Pampered Chef. I can't remember exactly, but it's one of these extendable ones. I ended up looking it up. It was not worth a lot. Then we've got, what was that brand? Copper pan. Okay, so here we've got this Power Ranger Wilton pan, which I thought, okay, this might be a good one because there are people that really like Power Rangers. So I look through, and every now and then they get so many. I ended up buying a lamb one for us because of the funny Easter cakes that people make with the lambs, and they're like Pinterest fails, or is that what it's called? Instagram fails now. But this one wasn't really selling for that much. The Power Rangers, this is brand new, selling for $18 plus shipping. And then I saw some that were pre-owned that sold for, I don't know, like $8 or $9. It just wasn't worth picking up. But again, let's see what Wilton pans are. I saw so many of these Garfield stand-up cake pans selling for right around this range, like $80 to $100, depending on the condition. So if you see Garfield, then he is the one to pick up. So keep that in mind when you're out looking around. Pillow section. All right, I love looking for quilts, blankets, pillows, because you never know what you're going to find. I did find these beautiful throws. I was tempted to keep them until I looked them up. Once I looked at this kind of waffle weave, you could tell they were just really nice quality. This is the brand Nido Note, which is, I think, Italian. There were 2 or 3 of them here, and the price was $4. So I was like, yes, I will get these. Initially, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to throw them over the couch. I like them. They're cute. But then I looked them up and I was like, oh, I think I'm going to sell them after all. So here's one that's sort of a yellowy and one that's pre-owned that sold for about 40, what was it, $40? And then another that sold for about 25. But these were yellow, and I think, the one I have is like a green color, so I don't know, we'll see. I like to look at the placemats and the fancy napkins also, because sometimes, again, they're nice brands. These look like brand new. They wanted $2 a piece though. I was like, oh no, you're dreaming. That's not happening. Not in this world. Not for me. Threshold is the Target brand. I liked those yellow, I guess they were pillow shams, but I did not get them. So checking out the different brands, because like Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, some of these can do really, really well. People they're highly desirable depending on the style and the color and the whatnot. For that, let me see. Do you see anything else here? The butterflies are cute. That's, again, just probably like a pillow sham cover. Some of these pillows are very fancy. I always get weird about the pillows, but every now and then I do. I pick them up because sometimes they're just so good. I can't leave them behind if they're really, really nice ones. So those, let's see, what's this one? I think those were feather pillows. That's why I kept patting on them, because they were really soft. Cart's looking pretty full. You can see I weeded a few things out. Got a little poppet. My son likes the poppets a lot, and that's like a fidget spinner and a poppet. And what else have I gotten in here? There's the mug and the other mug. And this I ended up keeping for myself because it's like a little case to put your ear pods in. And so, yeah, I was like, I'm keeping it. I'm trying to show you the brand, but I can't tell now because it's black on black. Then let's see what else we've got in the cart here. These are some books I ended up getting for my kids to read. They may be a little bit too young for them, but whatever. They like Star Wars. All right, so here, look at these Chuck Taylors. These are the Pride Sequins Chuck Taylors. They wanted $15 on these, but they are pretty desirable as well. So let's take a look. Do I show you now or do I show you later? Here we go. Here's a pair that sold. A lot of them are brand new, so 60 to $80 on those. Those are organizational things that I like to pick up because I have more than I could ever use. Why do I keep buying them? I don't know. These are bamboo trays from IKEA, and I got 3 of them, but I don't know why you can't see the rest of them. Oh, there they are. They're buried. Really pretty wallet, yellow wallet in great shape. Again, $8. It's leather, and I think it says made in Italy on there. I can't make out the brand. VA, I think is what it said. Valentina. Is that what that says? And then this is a Harrods tin from the food halls. And the Harrods tin will sell, around $16 plus shipping. So this one is a little different. This one just says Harrods on it. The other one said Harrods Food Hall on it. So I'll have to look and see if there's any comparison on the different prices for that one. $4 on that. And let's see what else we've got in here. Okay, more of these trays, which again, I just kept for myself. However, IKEA stuff can sell pretty well. And then the bag that you see there, I gotta go pull it out and sell it, but I try to find bags while I'm there, because in Colorado you have to pay for bags. So like, might as well find a bag that I can sell and use as something to carry my items in, so that I don't have to pay for bags while I'm at the store. I'm trying to get this star bowl out for you. So here's the Crate and Barrel. That's a star bowl. I found one that was up for sale on, what is this, Mercari, I think. And it hasn't sold. It was like a chip and dip. And honestly, I don't even know, because I'm not sure if the little star on this one fits onto it. But I couldn't find a big star bowl like this one that I had. Then I thought, okay, well, let's take a look at what other Crate and Barrel stuff sells really well. Lots and lots of plates and dishes. This is a set of cobalt blue dishes that sold for $250. Then there's this little green Millefiori vase. I guess it's a vase centerpiece bowl thing. Sold for $190, $189.99. And then this is just one of the white plates. There were another one that was called Pearl that had little raised what you might see as pearls on the plates. Then there was this one called Savannah. You can see it's kind of floral shaped. $169.95 sold for 5 plates. And I saw multiple of this sold. And with the other, and then there was another set that was just white that was selling for quite a bit. So definitely check those out. That is coming with me and it's sitting right over there. I need to list it. I'm going to get on top of that today. For whatever reason, at some point I decided to film vertically. So we're just going to split screen this. I thought this was a really cool canister. I don't end up getting it because I think it wasn't marked. I didn't know the maker's mark, but I really thought it was a cool canister. Tell me what you think. Would you have gotten it? Then this is at a different thrift store and it's a baby quilt. It looks like bigger than a crib size, maybe a toddler bed, and it has the cross stitch. You can see that it's not a machine made quilt. So super pretty. Probably the cross stitch was from a kit, but it was like all these animals riding a penny farthing bike. Just really cute. So I didn't find the same exact one. Honestly, I think it's way cuter than this butterfly flower one. And this one sold for $91. So I am pretty optimistic about what mine will sell for. Then I also saw this quilt. Some of the blocks are, pieced, and then some of them look like blocks that are pre-made that they just, put in there. But it was still $4, so, that's going to go home too and get sold. I, again, have not listed this one yet either. It's right over here sitting on the shelf, but that shelf's on my list. All right, here is a little bird cage. Looks like a pagoda. I did not find one exactly like this sold. I saw a couple that are up for sale, but ones like this can really sell for a pretty good profit. There are many that are in this kind of style with this wood, like this one that sold for $165. But here you can see two that are similar to mine selling right around the $100, that one for $70 mark. I think it's going to do okay. This is a Barbie shopping spree game. It's all taped up. It's a mess. But I still got it because it was going to sell for maybe 25 bucks. So, and there were quite a few that were sold from this. All right, I just had to show you this. Look at him, poor Ninja Turtle. Do you really have eyes? The world may never know. Look, here's this goose thing that just sold. I got it because I thought it was a jelly cat, but the tag had been cut off. So I'm not sure it was a jelly cat or not, but I just sold it. I'm trying to remember how much. I feel like it was like $15, $17, something like that. And then these brass candlestick holders with the tray. There were two of them. That's a bite. $7 a piece, but they can really sell for good money. And they had a pair, which makes it even nicer. So here's one that sold for $23.50. Here's another that also sold for $23.50. Different one. And then here's some hunter boots. I was going to keep them, but I ended up listing them. They fit me. So I was like, do I keep them? I don't need them. So after the winter time, I've had them for a couple months and I realized I'm not using these boots. I need to just list them. So now I've listed them. They're up for sale. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you saw, what you thought about, what I picked up, what I didn't pick up, because that's how I learn too. And I hope that you will subscribe to the channel and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.